Hi everyone, we've got a viewers driving fail. I'd like to say a massive thanks to everyone who keeps sending these clips in. We've got another cracking bunch, and one other thing. The person who won the dash cam last time didn't claim it, so it's up for grabs again. I'll give you an idea of what you got to do at the end of the video to win. Hope you enjoy.
Many problems happen in car parks, and it's usually because people are rushing to find that space nearest the doors, and I think that's got something to do with this clip. There are a few spaces a little touch further away from the doors, however our camera and this white BMW that's in front now are after this same space on the end. Our camera has to take his time because the guy with his trolley, however, pulls round to a good position, but then guess who's going to try and take the space? In the end, it's all sorted with little fuss, but my advice would be to try and park sometimes a little touch further away. There's less chance of getting your car doors dinked, and this is where insurance claims often happen. Just be careful you don't run the pedestrian over. In this clip we look like we've got a pretty busy motorway with a fair bit of queuing, but it's the vehicle we're travelling in, i.e. the camera, who's going to get a little bit of a surprise in a moment. Pretty obviously someone who's not paying attention behind has just gone into the back of them. It'd be nice if we had another view from a different car, wouldn't it? Luckily enough, another one of my viewers sent in the same incident but from a different side. Don't you think that the impact looked a lot worse from inside the camera's car rather than the view from the outside? Multi-lane, spiral or gyratory roundabouts often catch people out, and you should very rarely be in the left lane going further round. For me, that was a good save. It's just lucky the cars weren't bunched and travelling a little faster. The risk of a serious or a fatal accident on a country road is greatly increased, especially when drivers don't pass cyclists safely. The lack of bright clothing, lights and the poor weather didn't help this situation, but it was the driving of the Lexus which caused all the danger. I'm sure this situation happens all round the world every day. People just drive with no thought for anyone else but themselves. If we share the roads, everyone gets to their destination a little quicker. This sign is key to the whole clip. And it's pretty obvious the opposing traffic lanes are separated. Well, you would think it would be obvious. Even after that, the white car didn't seem to recognise their mistake. The danger from this clip is pretty easy to see coming. Personally though, I think I would have dealt with this situation in a different way. Although steering fixed this incident, if someone was overtaking you at that point, you're going to have a massive crash. To always be driving at a speed where you could stop if a car pulls out from a side road, for me, is the only safe way to deal with things. The driver of the Volkswagen was very apologetic. Roads like this can be really awkward to deal with, but our camera seems well ready to find a space so other people can pass. But when the grey Volkswagen pulls into the space on its right, these spaces on either side are the only ones for quite a while. What do you think's going to happen next? Look at the white car in the distance. Does this clip remind you of any other clips that I've uploaded in the past? After a little bit of waving of hands, the driver of the Fiat decides to reverse back and do the sensible thing. Before you turn into a road, make sure it's clear to go, especially on roads like this, else you're going to be doing a little bit of reversing. Here we've got a fast moving road. As you can see, our camera's doing 55 miles an hour, but someone always wants to overtake, and this time it's the other side of those bollards. A little bit earlier in the video we had a car coming the wrong way down a particular stretch of road. Now we've got a national speed limit dual carriageway here and a slip road coming off. You wouldn't expect anyone to come the other way, would you? I wonder how they got on joining the carriageway from the wrong direction. You do see this situation happening quite a lot, and most of the time it's easily identifiable. What clues are there that the car on the left's going to go straight? There are a few, to be honest. It's not signalling, first of all. It's not braking to slow down for the corner, and me saying about speed has touched on the other one. It's going way too fast to make that left turn. It's definitely going ahead. But instead the camera reacts with a good old press of the horn. Instead, why not try playing my game? Try being a psychic driver and look into the future. This is another clip sent in by the previous camera. You can see this van approaching really quick behind. He's going some. But I'm not sure why the camera steers in the way that he does in a moment after the van is overtaken. Is it his way of telling the van driver off? Moving back to the left as soon as you can lowers risk dramatically. Don't try and tell people off for their poor driving. This clip is all the way from Finland, and it's the car in front that's the problem. As it should now make the turn, it seems to stall. So the camera is actually over-anticipated, as I call it. In other words, expecting someone to go, then they don't. And this could have ended up quite different. This is how driving school cars often get hit from behind. Even here the camera's overtake nearly went pear-shaped. This clip on its own should be simply called Two Wrongs Don't Make It Right. There's nothing more to add with this clip. The clip ends in a moment, but I wonder how long this Range Rover decided to do this for. Quite pathetic, really. I did an analysis video on passing lorries entering a roundabout a while back. They generally need a lot more room. But this one seems to be needing a little bit more skill also. We've got another roundabout clip now. Let's have a quick look at the layout. The left lane goes left and we need this lane to go ahead. Seems simple enough. At this point now, the camera should check middle and left mirrors, signal left and slide back to the left hand side. But because they don't, it causes this problem. I'm not saying what the blue Citroen did was correct, but sometimes people don't realise their own actions in their own car can actually cause situations to happen. If it's clear to your left, you should always exit in the left lane to leave a roundabout. That's unless road markings tell you something different. I'm sorry to my viewer who sent this in, but this is a clear case of someone with a dash cam just trying to antagonise other people on the road. Keep an eye on the camera's speed throughout the clip.
All you want, I'm going no faster, you angry tyres on that thing. Oh, nice.
So you're thinking you should be going faster behind you? What the fucking hell?
The blue Ford's driving was indefensible. However, anyone with a dash cam who actually makes situations worse on purpose, for me, is just as bad.
I'd send that to the police.
I think so.
It's nice to have some motorcycle footage. I know it's a little bit wobbly, but it's a good clip this. Keep an eye on the black Nissan that's overtaking. Is the motorcyclist directly in the Nissan's blind spot? Again, the Nissan's driving is indefensible. However, so many accidents happen in this particular way. Remember, being seen is the key. I'm just happy again, no one was injured. This clip's from John and he always sends me loads of good stuff in, and this is no exception. How close was that lorry to the Mercedes? This is my favourite clip of the bunch. How can you get this that wrong? But as we've seen in this video, it happens much more often than we realise.
A big thanks for sending all these clips in as normal. It's been tough, to be honest, over the last little bit to gain any clips myself because we've obviously been out of action. So this has been a lifeline for people's enjoyment, mine included. So a massive thanks to all my viewers who keep sending these clips in. Now, to enter the competition about the dash cam, what we're going to do is do things a little bit differently because I had a problem getting in touch with Ryan, I think his name was, who won the last one. Unfortunately, Ryan, you've not won it anymore, mate. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to put a post on Instagram, and what I'd like people to do is check that post out and comment on the Instagram post, because then I think it's going to be a little bit easier for me to pick a random winner and get in touch with people. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your favourite clip. That's what you can put on the Instagram post in the comments. Take care everyone, hope to see you all soon, and if you can, keep sending us these clips because they are absolutely brilliant. See you all soon.